happy with their Group H, with Juventus, Zenit St Petersburg, Joe, and the Swedish champions Malmo in there as well. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. Juventus, like so we talked about them earlier. I don't think they're the threat that they would have been 2 years ago when they was buying. Seems to be everyone. Malmo's the enigma. They've not been in the competition for a while, but that's a good away trip. The fans will enjoy that one as well. And Zenit St Petersburg, that's where the final's going to be.
You can scout it out before another run to the final.
So I don't want to get above myself, but they can have a look at hotels and venues and things.
You can set the bars out.
Yeah, I'd like that. Well, we can tell the bosses on BT Sport.
Juventus, though, as Joe said, not the team they were. They just scraped into the competition, didn't they, by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, but they'll be better, I think, this year. Allegri's gone back, of course. Players want to prove a point. They're going to play differently than the way they did with Pirlo. They're going to go back to the style that has always done them well, and he won many, many Scudettos under. So I think they'll be better. Hard place to go. The stadium's a really nice stadium, compact stadium, 40,000, screaming Juventus fans. If all being well, everybody's back in the ground, and that's always a difficult place. They've got a great record there. And again, the history of their club suggests that they always do well. But yeah, I mean, Chelsea and Juve should, with all respect, beat Malmo and Zenit and qualify. It's good to see Malmo there. We know, they played Rangers, of course, so there's a line through them in qualifying. But Chelsea will be fairly happy with that. With the line through them in qualifying. But Chelsea will be fairly happy with that draw. Do
you think it's an easy route to the knockouts for them?
You can never say easy, but it's probably they'll be delighted. I think Thomas will be delighted because they're by far the best team in that group. I think Juventus are nowhere near the team that they once were, and obviously Allegri going back I think will help. But I think Chelsea win that group quite comfortably, and Juventus will finish second. But I think for Chelsea, they'll be delighted to get that group out of the way and be one of the favourites for the competition.
And they have that experience now of winning it, Joe. But there's still that feeling that they're just getting started under Tuchel.
I do, Linz. I really think this is the start of a new era. I said about Thomas Tuchel when he came in. I think he's made a similar impact to what Jose did the first time he came round. He's been so impressive around he's won Coach of the Year. He was only there for 3-4 months. Obviously, underneath there was a strong structure underneath him when he came in, and fantastic players. All the Chelsea players winning the awards. But
Coach of the season, of course, as well.
Yeah, exactly. So with Chelsea, I think it's the start of a new era, and I think the business they've done has been sensational. To get Lukaku through the door and still balance the books, by selling players, fantastic. So it's so exciting now for the club. This man here, what a player.
It was clear, wasn't it, where they needed to strengthen when Jorginho was your top scorer in the league last season, but he just gives them a whole new dimension.
Yeah, but it was clear all year round, wasn't it? It was clear in October, it was clear in January, and it was clear in April that they needed an out-and-out centre-forward that suits Chelsea style. Yeah, Werner's going to be a good player, Havertz is going to be a good player, but they needed someone who had the quality to do this on a regular basis. Lukaku has improved for every club he's gone to, and his transformation being in Italy, playing a different style and still scoring goals, and he started the season really, really well. So are Chelsea a better side than last year? Yes, they are, and they won the trophy. So it's plenty to look forward to for the Chelsea fans.
Started so well, didn't he? There's not a defence in Europe will want to face him.
Well, I think that's the biggest difference. His goal-scoring numbers have always been good, but I think his hold-up play, especially in that game against Arsenal, stuck out. That he can bring other players into play. You got Mason Mount off that left-hand side, Kai Havertz, you got Ziyech, you got Pulisic. All the players that they have. I think Chelsea, he fits that team absolutely beautifully, and Chelsea are going to be scary to deal with.
And Jorginho, player of the season. It's been a slow burn for him.
You said you couldn't believe it, Joe, off camera.
Getting the recognition now.
What an achievement for the lad from where he was at the start of the season. It was like, was he going to play at Chelsea? Was he going to be part of the plans? And he's turned around. The back end of that, it could have been any one of the Chelsea's 11. Because when Thomas Tuchel come in, they galvanised them. Kante was extraordinary, in the semi-finals and the final. But Jorginho, he probes, he passes. To win that award, and the final. But Jorginho, he probes, he passes. To win that award, what an achievement for him. And again, the journey for young players who may be out of sorts, out of favour, how quickly football can turn around. And I think his interview was great. He thanked the people who doubted him. And that's a great example for young footballers out there. You know,
drove him.
You know, not everyone's going to fancy you.